AiPaper, which is kind of a nice name because everyone calls it notes. It's nice to kind of break outside that mold. Aside from it being an amazing note-taking experience with incredibly low latency, which means it's very fast, it also has crazy degrees of sensitivity. You should also note that when you go down to here, and you click on share, you can now export the current page or all pages into multiple formats, and furthermore, export them via different methods, QR code, email, vTransfer, or Bluetooth. They've given you that benefit under just a simple note-taking palette like this, and it's very akin to something like a Fujitsu Quaderno. In the past, they allowed Gmail and Outlook for email services, but now you can see you have Gmail, Outlook. You also have a bunch of other ones, including IMAP and POP3. So what that means is if you have corporate servers or private servers for your own extension, for example, John at thenameofyourbusiness.com, you can now configure POP3 and IMAP on this unit and even go to manual setup. So you can see here that Exchange is coming soon, but you can do those IMAP and POP3 right out of the gates now. vTransfer. vTransfer prioritizes the security of your files because it temporarily stores them. So on the unit itself, you can go to vTransfer and you can send and receive files from the Viwoods vTransfer client. How you would access that is on your PC or your mobile. For example, we have all of our classified notes, for example. We can do meeting, we can do all sorts of things, and these are the things that we have transferred back and forth. If you do click on here, you will see that the file expires in, and what this means is that they're automatically deleted after 24 hours. However, you can also choose to delete them every 2 hours or every 30 minutes or manually delete the files themselves. This leaves it in your hands to choose to remove the files altogether, or if you forget about them, they automatically delete after 24 hours. It doesn't delete the actual file on your unit, it deletes the transmission so that it is never on Viwoods' actual server at any point in time longer than 24 hours. The next change on the list is file encryption, and I'll quote, "We offer robust file encryption services to safeguard your data. This ensures that your files are protected from unauthorized access, providing peace of mind that your sensitive information remains confidential and secure. No mandatory cloud sync. To prioritize user privacy, we do not require cloud synchronization. This means that your data is not automatically uploaded to external servers, giving you complete control over your information and minimizing the risk of data breaches." It is nice that Viwoods is going above and beyond to add these additional protocols and safeguards so that a lot of the times, in most circumstances, the servers at Viwoods never seem to hold on to your items for very long, that is, if at all. Now, they have something called Meeting, and they also have something called Daily, which is the calendar. Now, if you made something under the Meeting, there's a few changes you need to know. They have additional encryption protocols. They have multi-pages that can be utilized with the AI client. So if you go to the meeting minutes, you do AI Assistant, you can do current page or all pages now. Furthermore, you can click on the AI and go AI Assistant, and it will pop up. And from there, you can start talking to it and ask it questions, all that fun stuff. Now, also, this is really important. Under the 3 dots, this is only in the latest updates. You can associate it with the calendar. So you can associate this with the specific date. Once you click confirm, it will show up on the calendar, in which case you can go directly there. And then when you go there, you see you have your meeting that you have just cross-referenced over to this specific date. This is really rare, and we don't mean it to come off negative, but this is really rare. Check this out. On the left side, they have a new icon called Community. And what this does is it utilizes the Chrome browser to go to their website. But what is important about this is that they have given you a platform to voice your concerns. Not a lot of manufacturers do that. To be honest, a lot of manufacturers in the game, they don't really want you to be overly opinionated because it comes with a certain level of negativity and backlash as a possibility of that. But what Viwoods has done is broken down the wall, put up a glass window, and has jumped into this level of transparency that allows anyone to say anything. For example, someone just said 20 days ago, folders inside folders, it would be great to have folders inside other folders, aka subfolders, to better organize my notes. That is a valid concern that they can put on here. They even have a customer service. So this is all very non-indicative of mainland Chinese brands, and that's not a bad thing. If you look at companies like Hanvon, like iReader, like Xiaomi, like Moan, they really don't have any way to give you a platform to talk about things and ask questions, but Viwoods seems to be breaking the mold and going in a different direction, a positive direction. Of course, outside of the community tab, if you want something a little bit more third party, there is a non-official discussion on Reddit. You can see the link right here. Last thing is fitting in tune with the big manufacturers out there. They have added Google Play to their unit, and it does work. It does function perfectly fine. You can even swipe the top down and go into fast mode or ultra fast mode if you want to speed things up, because it is very intensive to move things around on a screen when it comes to Google Play. But you can see here, you can install Kindle, you can install Audible, you can download some games if you want. Some light games work on this as well. It is very important to mention this is just in the beta testing right now. It is not 100% finalized. Not a big thing, but big all the same for a lot of different markets. Under the keyboard language preferences, under this little globe here, you will see that Italian and Portuguese has been added. Portuguese being one of the top 10 languages spoken on Earth, so it was kind of critical that they put that in. These are the changes to the latest Viwoods update file version 3.1.2. We've said it a couple times. These manufacturers, a lot of the time, they just want to release a product and away you go. We haven't seen companies like this do what they do, adding these little tiny things that go above and beyond to just over-explain themselves 5 or 6 times. We have added encryption. We delete everything after 24 hours. You can delete things. It's never stored on our server. We have community tabs. It is very uncharacteristic of this type of unit, but Viwoods, again, just seems to want to break the mold and step outside of the status quo and give you options to change everything and give you these added securities that not a lot of other manufacturers really care about.